Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we're going to be doing kind of a part 2 for our yearly budget template that I have for you guys. It is a free template for you guys to download. I have the link below. And just to talk about what it looks like is when you guys click the link, it looks like I shortened the link because it's a really long link. So once you click on it, it'll send you to like the bit.ly site and just saying like, hey, you're going to be going to this really long link here, which is my Google spreadsheet link. And then when you click on continue to destination, you'll see a preview of the template itself. And then you can click on use template and then it'll copy a template into your Gmail account. You'll have to sign in with your Gmail email account or Google account and you'll be able to use the template. But I did want to talk about a couple of questions that I had along with showing you guys a couple of apps that I use on my phone. I'm going to probably put a screen share right next to this so I can share with you guys some of the apps that I use in conjunction with this spreadsheet. So just to quickly recap our little template here, we have our monthly overview, which just calculates everything for you for the income section, which is this green one. And then we have our expenses, which is this blue section. And then we have our bills, which is this yellow one down here. I have these all separated out because this is just what I'm familiar with and what I've always done. So we have our income, and then I always separate out our expenses versus bills, since I feel like for bills, no matter the rough month, this is the money that we need to pay for our bills if we don't want to have any fees or penalties or anything like that. But if we're having a rough month, we're able to maybe squeeze some funds out of our expenses that we have up here calculated out. But that's kind of how I like to separate out my expenses. I do plan on making a little bit of changes for July since now I'll be budgeting with you guys, and I haven't been the most specific with our budgets. I've been very lax about it, if you will, and it's not the best. So hopefully doing these videos, it'll be able to make us a little bit more accountable. So I'll be setting up our July one with you guys along with our electronic envelopes. Now, just to talk about our bank accounts and how after we set this up, like what we do with the funds. When we have our income, we still are a month ahead. So if you guys remember, for the budget with me's for the past few years, we've always been like a month ahead because that's kind of what we've been the most comfortable with. That basically means that for the month of June, when we started the month, we had all the funds ready. So all of the paychecks that came in for June is now going to be our budget for July. So once the month starts, we have all the funds that we need and we don't have to worry about bills coming in soon or like paying bills earlier because we already have the funds to begin the month with. Then for our expenses, this one, let me talk about this one last because I do want to show you guys the apps, because this is kind of like going hand in hand with those. And then same kind of with the bills, but the bills, let's actually just go into the apps. Let's go into the apps and then I can talk about both of these together. Okay, so the first app that I have is actually this Tracky Simple Budget Planner app. This app I've used for quite some time now. If you guys remember, I used to use the multi-budget app, but that one to this day is still not available in like the US. I don't know why. So I just started using this app instead, and there's an update, so let me just update it real quick. But I realized that when I started using this app and I showed you guys, it was $5 for like the full access for everything, but I tried to download it on my husband's account and it's actually saying that it's like a subscription based now. You have to pay weekly or monthly or like annually, and it's quite expensive. I think it's like $50 for like lifetime or something like that. So I was looking for other apps to share with you guys, and I'll show you guys that one next. This is kind of how I've been using this app, so it's probably going to be a reflection of what this looks like now with the other apps that I'll show you guys next. I kind of wish you guys could see like what I'm pointing at with my finger, but this is kind of how I separated it out. So let's go back to our yearly budget here. For bills, as you guys can see for this yellow section, whatever we have budgeted out, which is this first section, so 4,100, 4,500, you guys already know I really like even numbers. It just works, and so I still do that. So for example, for the month of June, we had 39,000 as the budget. And if you guys see here on the Tracky app for bills, that little purple bar, that was initially set what the month started was at 3,900. This might make a little bit more sense when I do it from scratch with you guys in July, but I figured I might as well just discuss it just briefly, especially for those of you who are familiar with my budgeting style. This might make a little bit more sense. Moving on to this top portion for the expenses. For the main expenses, I kind of lumped together our cash envelopes or electronic envelopes, however you want to say it, along with our sinking funds. If you guys can see on the Tracky app, we have our food, which is like groceries and eating out, and then we have our gas, and then we have our sinking funds, and then I have a little box at the bottom. Everything's already been transferred, but we have it for our automatic investments, our savings, and our extra debt mortgage payment. So basically, like all this other stuff went into that one, and that's kind of how I've been separating it out. You definitely don't have to do it like this. This is kind of, I've just been doing it the lazy way. This is just very easy for us. I didn't have to think too much about it, and all of our finances were at least organized in a manner where we would not go over budget. So that's kind of what this looks like. But now let me show you guys the other apps that I found. One of them is this application here. It's called Envy Envelope Budget Planner. The icon, by the way, is so cute for this one, but I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. So this app is one that you have to pay for as well. I believe it's like $5 for like multiple envelopes and transactions. Currently right now the cap is at 3, so I only have 3. There's no way for me to categorize these or have like separate budgets, or at least that I know of, to have separate budgets for like my cash envelope section and my sinking funds. I know I keep saying it cash envelopes because to me it is my cash envelopes even though it's electronic, so I hope that doesn't bother you guys. But I'm not able to separate out the main expenses and the sinking funds. So like if I were to have it here, like sinking funds would be its own category. I would like to be able to go into a sinking funds category and see all of my broken down sinking funds inside of it, if that makes sense. If not, then we'll move on. But that's kind of why I'm hesitant for this one, because you can't really categorize it. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I'll look into it a little bit more. But I did find another app that I did mention in the past that I completely forgot about. I'm going to try to use this one in the month of July with you guys. So we'll set it up together in July. But this one is called Real Budget Envelope Budgeting, and all of these are for the iOS as well, for iPhones. So this is kind of what it looks like. I played with it a little bit in June, and I think I get the hang of it, but we'll probably do it together. But there are sections where you can separate it out to sinking funds and then monthly budget. Maybe I'll change the name of this to like cash envelopes. I don't know. You can separate each section out and create different budgets for each month, and then as you go through the months you're able to look back on the previous ones. This one, as far as I can tell, is free. The only thing is, I think if you want to share this budget with someone with the app, I think you have to pay to upgrade. That's the only thing I can tell so far. Don't quote me on any of this, by the way. All of these apps are just for me like searching and trying to see if I can find something kind of like relatable to the one that I'm using for you guys. We'll see as we set up our July budget. But that's kind of what that looks like for the apps that I use in conjunction to the spread. I used to be a lot more detailed with our budget. I just wanted to show you guys, this is a spread that I used to use. I created this a couple of years ago. Like, I don't even know, but I haven't used it in a while, at least not correctly. Like, this was for November last year, and I only put like car insurance. I wanted to have car insurance, I guess, like recorded somewhere, but like I didn't fill out any of this other stuff. I know this is kind of like a lot to look at right now, but this is just an example of how I used to budget, like a lot more specifically. But these are all color coordinated with the drop downs to the different sections. So like for your main expenses, it was this blue color. Debt is this orange color here. Then we have like the little side is like pink and purple for sinking funds and investments. And then we're broken down at the top. and then you could choose like your different categories, and these are all custom categories. I'm not going to go too much into this. It's just I just wanted to share with you guys like how I used to budget in a spreadsheet. But if you guys are interested, let me know, and then I can dedicate some time to this as well. Going back into this spread, I know some of you guys do want to record all of the different sinking funds along with the cash envelopes that you guys use and how much is utilized every single month. I did mirror off of some of my sections that were in my other spread that I used to use for like the sinking funds. Like I used to have like a start and then an added and then a spend section, kind of exactly how it was in my budget planner. So it will be like whatever the sinking fund different categories are, how much they started with for that month, how much I decided to add into it for that budget or that month, and then how much was spent, and then the end amount, which would calculate and roll over to the following month. So I did end up creating a sinking funds tracker for you guys here, which has this next quarter for July, August, and September. And yeah, I definitely did follow the Erin Condren colorways because I'm just so accustomed to them now. We can fill this in together for the month of July as well. And I also will share these below for the sinking funds and also for the money envelopes or cash envelopes for July, August, and September too. I don't know how helpful this is, honestly, because yeah, just let me know if it's helpful, and I can definitely add like additional months to this as well so you guys have it in the template. But I just wanted to start off with July, August, and September just in case it's not helpful, or if there's like something that you guys wanted to see, I could adjust it instead of spending time to create the rest of it when it would just be scratched. So July, August, and September, we will fill out July together for the sinking funds and the money envelopes. I called it money envelopes, but you can definitely change the name to cash envelopes, like whatever you guys wanted to do. Sorry, I wanted to change it back to money. Yeah, so that's what these are looking like. And also, normally these will all be auto-filled too. Like all the shaded portions would be auto-filled. But since like this is the first month would have to be filled out. Like for example, car insurance. And then the rest of it will be filled out for you. But then the start amount for July too, for the amount, you'll have to put something in. And then the rest of it again will be filled out. But as you calculate more for the month, for each month, everything will automatically readjust and carry on for you for the following year, or the quarter, in this case, for the following quarter. But that is what this looks like. Again, we will go through the sinking funds and the money envelope spreads together when we do them together for July's budget. But that's actually everything that I wanted to talk about today. I hope that sheds a little bit of light. If not, I apologize. Hopefully in July's budget it will be better, since we will be doing everything together, like actually in real time with numbers versus just like talking about it. For me, it makes more sense to me when I get to do it versus like watching. So hopefully this one paired with the July budget will be a little bit easier to kind of grasp how I'm currently budgeting now with this new method. We have so many financial goals as well that we want to share, and also like savings that we want to achieve for specific things that are coming up, and I just have so much that I would love to be able to share with you guys. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.